over 2.5. A couple different parlays involving goals in this game, Gabe, but I'm really focused on over 2.5 in this match. France can pack a punch. They could clear this on their own. Senegal, I do have enough talent, though, to contribute to this total, so I did play the over 2.5 straight.
I'm expecting goals in this match as well, Kevin, but it should be noted these two squads played in 2022 at the World Cup, and similar to Saudi Arabia knocking Argentina off, and Argentina still won the championship and made it to the final, Senegal beat France 1-0. So with that being stated, Senegal are going to have France's attention. I think yesterday's draws will sort of get France's attention. And listen, this is the final day of play before the cycle sort of begins again, right? I mean, we've saved the best for last with France and Argentina finally stepping on the pitch. But I think France make a statement today. So we're going to lay the 1.5 with the Frenchmen at plus 130. I like the fact, Kevin, that we're getting plus money with that. This is the Sammy Square World Parlay of the day today.
Oh, no.
France, Norway.
No.
France, Norway. How does it lose? Famous last words. How does it lose? How about this one, though? Mbappe to score and Erling Haaland to score, Kevin, plus 173, which I am a big fan of this parlay right there. And that even takes out any results out of the equation. Also play the same game parlay, France to win, France to have more corners, France to have more shots. I do agree with Kevin's over 2.5 look. I also played France team total goals, Kevin, over 1.5 at minus 160. As well. That's a play, guys, that sort of takes the 1.5 out of the equation. It takes a little bit of the stress, a little bit, potentially, of the over-under 2.5 if Senegal doesn't score. I do believe, Kevin and everybody, that France do score 2 or more goals today, and over 1.5 is minus 160.
Yeah, I totally agree. France has scored at least 3 goals in 13 of their last 20 matches. There have been at least 3 goals in 13 of their last 20 matches. On average, almost 3.5 goals a game over a 20-match sample size. Trust me, I could have cut that off and cooked the books to make it look like it's 4 goals a game. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of goals in their matches, Gabe, here. And this, to me,
Senegal
really should be no difference.
Senegal aren't the steel curtain Pittsburgh Steelers on defense either, right? Like they like to get after it a bit. And we saw they played a friendly against the U.S. 2 weeks ago, and it was a 3-2 match. Very entertaining match. But I don't know, Kevin. You never know. You get into these World Cups, right? And look at the results yesterday.
Draw. 4 of them. 4 draws.
Various reports as to what they paid, but I saw different numbers. But generally, though, guys, $100 bet paid back $94,000 yesterday.
A lot of people, Gabe, too, were putting the parlay together without the Spain game. They're like, I'll take all the draws, but no way the Spain game's a draw was almost the idea. But those people still made out, 18 grand, Gabe? Like, give or take, like pretty big tickets,
that was, you're right. It was still, the Spain was the one that put it over the top.
And that went nuts. That's where we went crazy.
Yeah, like the other ones weren't shocking. Albeit last night in Iran and New Zealand match, which ironically enough was one of the most entertaining, if not the most entertaining match of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so good, 2-2, like so much action and just so much drama and strange stuff happened in the match. So, you take each, you can't really, we can't assume anything, guys. I think that's something. And here I went just clicking away like, France is not going to screw this up today. But right on cue, a minute in, Senegal gets a scoring chance, and Senegal have a corner kick right now.
Yeah, what's funny?
I'm going to flip the table and walk off the set if Senegal scores early right now. I can't take this anymore. I want a nice, smooth match, Kevin, of victory here. Nice, smooth win.
France to score first, but goals, and more goals is how I'm seeing it here. The parlay game that I thought you were going to give out, I know you were tweeting about, and it's the one that, these are the type of things that send chills down my spines. The France, Norway, Argentina, how does it lose? Plus 140, plus 150, moneyline parlay. Well, guys, if it's a plus price, it's not supposed to win. So that worries me a little bit that one of these big favorites just could end up with a draw today. Again, there's not a lot of outright upsets happening at this tournament. There obviously are a ton of draws happening.
So if you look at these matches today, I think we'd both, I don't know, we shouldn't be shocked, Kevin. We shouldn't be shocked if this match is a draw with Senegal. I kind of will be, but France were only minus 209 on the money line, guys. It's not like that's that's not like some massive favorite, right? So they're favorites, but they're minus 200. So it wouldn't be shocking, but I would still be surprised if France doesn't win this one. I would be floored. To me, Kevin, it would be like yesterday. Like if Iraq tied Norway today, or Iraq beat Norway today, I'd be shocked about that. I mean, they're a plus 1,100 on the money line, guys.
Yeah,
so if you believe in it, right? They're plus 550 on a draw, which is massively high. But let me ask you, Argentina have a knack of starting slow in these tournaments, Kevin.
Yes, they do.
Right? They started slow, not just, I brought up the Saudi Arabia game a million times over the last 5 days already or whatever, but in past tournaments when they didn't win the World Cup, they stumbled early, Kevin. You know what I mean? Argentina have had a tendency of stumbling out of the gate in these group stage matches. Algeria are going to be ready for them. Now, Argentina are better than they are. We see the love fest that's going on in Kansas with the Algerians and Rock Chalk Jayhawk fans adopting them and stuff. So, you can have a little bit of an atmosphere here tonight. And then you got Austria and Jordan. I trust Austria to beat Jordan tonight. Kind of Argentina, Algeria, Kevin, could be the parlay buster to me.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if that's a 1-1 scoreless draw. I love the under in that game tonight, Gabe. 2.5. To me, your worst case scenario is Argentina wins 2-1. That to me is the only score line where I see 3 goals really in the match, and that's not what I'm projecting here. I think that's a bang under. I think Argentina win 1-0, 2-0. My thoughts heading into this day, now I'm not betting it because I think it would be foolish, are actually that the 4 favorites will win. I actually think I like Austria and France more than not just Argentina, but even Norway. Iraq, there's some, I don't know, they have a straw with Spain that's just staring at me when I
Iraq shut things down, result. Kevin. Yeah, Iraq looked to shut things down, and that's tailor-made for one of these frustrating type of, Norway had 17 shots, and they couldn't bury one.
Yep, and instead they're 1-1. Iraq stole one early, Holland got one late, 1-1 draw.
Have you seen the numbers, guys, for Erling Haaland to score a goal? It's in the minus 250 range today.
Some books here, Gabe, got a little bit shorter, I was surprised. Minus 185's appearing, which I was a little surprised at. I did play the
rope-a-dope. That's a great line.
Mbappe to score.
I'm betting it's the wrong book. My book's too sharp.
I did give Mbappe to score or assist with Haaland to score for a little bit. Just one of those things that I think is, and I did use Martin Odegaard a little bit from a score or assist perspective.
The other guy I like today we didn't get to was Elise. He was plus 200 for me to score a goal today. And listen, I think Mbappe will be the one. So far, France really haven't had any pressure in this match. Not that Senegal drove the ball early, had a corner kick early, but it sort of settled into midfield a little bit here. And I wonder if the heat is going to affect the Frenchmen. Here comes Senegal.
Gabe, the beginning of the USA-Paraguay match, we had talked about how there wasn't a lot of possession. The game was a little mucky, right? And then eventually the USA broke out. I'm hoping that's what happens. I feel like France haven't even had the ball. There's been a couple of long balls into Mbappe. Outside of that, they are rarely in build-up play here. And Senegal, for the most part, are just attempting to go when they have it. So not a great rhythm right now, I feel, to this match.
I agree with you as far as France. Very clunky. They've never had any sort of real possession of the ball. They've never, set up anything, even in midfield, per se. Right? And quite frankly, Senegal have been the ones attacking. Like, France are on their heels. Senegal keep pressing forward. Now, if you look at the possession right now, France 55-45. But attacks, Senegal 10. Dangerous attacks, Senegal 2. France none so far. So you're right, Kevin. And we play 10 minutes right now. I mean, I'd like to see, get the rust off at some point here, right? They seem lethargic to me, and I know it's cliche to talk about this, guys, and it's been brought up a lot. But are the Euro teams struggling, or are the Euro teams not struggling in the heat, Kevin? They're struggling. Switzerland with Qatar, they were big favorites, right?
But
Switzerland
Gabe,
aren't used to this heat.
In this than I am. What temperature is it? Gabe, I'm here in Jersey. It's 73 degrees.
Yeah, I don't.
Listen, you know what I mean? It's not.
I'm not going to dispute this, that they're soft. I'm just saying,
what's
same thing.
What temperature is it in
same
France,
thing.
Gabe, right now? 40 degrees? I don't understand.
It's like Qatar was bitching about, Switzerland and Qatar were bitching about the heat in San Francisco. It's like, guys, go to Kansas City. There's worse cities, and you're in the Bay Area. There's a breeze.
Is it
could
like
be
a
worse.
mental thing, and they haven't adjusted from Celsius to Fahrenheit, so they keep hearing 70 degrees and they're freaking out?
No, but what I don't understand either is I've been to Europe in the summer. It's hot there.
Right.
It's very hot there. You know what I mean? It's very hot there. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been all over Europe. It's hot as hell in the summertime. So, you know what this comes? They don't play in the summer. So how about this, though? The guys in Qatar.
Yeah,
so Qatar.
It's the same degrees right now in Paris.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're not used to it. It's like the same degrees. It's the same thing. But we don't play. It's like, Gabby, you play in the Euro Cup. You play in the World Cup. You do play in the summer. What do you mean you don't play in the summer? Yeah,
I'm sure Manchester United, Gabe, have some friendly with their B team in 3 days. But
the only time they ever do, it's exhibition for them. They'll do the MLS All-Star game or something, right? They're just sort of getting into their camp a little bit. Only the Mexican League and the MLS play in this time frame. Here come France a little bit, and MLS is going to everyone else's schedule. They're moving it. I think the Mexican League is too. They're adapting this. They're going into a more of a fall-winter schedule than summer, which I disagree with, but it is what it is. But look at the same thing, guys. Look at this last tennis tournament, Kevin. The French Open, they couldn't take it. Everyone was tapping out daily. Oh, it's too hot. I got cramps. I don't feel good. Right? It was constant with these Euro dudes. And it's real, And how about this, though, with Qatar? You figure Qatar is pretty hot. It's the effing desert, man. You're in the Middle East. So Qatar, it's so hot in Qatar that the Qatari League only plays at night. They don't play during the day. Okay, so they only play night games. But Qatar are playing Vancouver on Thursday. And it's not that hot. It's hot, but it's not that hot. And Qatar are complaining, Kevin. You're from the Middle East.
Yeah, now we're losing now we've lost the plot.
You're from the desert. You live in the desert, in the hottest part of the world. Yeah. And you're complaining that the Vancouver heat is getting to you. And they're concerned and they're not happy that the game is during the day.
I don't understand. Wasn't the last World Cup in Saudi Arabia? Wasn't it?
But
was everything in a dome?
They were so rich. And they also played it. They changed the time of the year, which people didn't like, if you remember. Remember, we played the World Cup in the fall.
Yeah, that's
played the
true.
World Cup in the fall. They really don't like playing in the heat.
That's
and
true.
I know this because I'm hardcore. I bet every one of the FIFA Club World Cup matches last year, which was a test run for the World Cup. And one by one, they tapped out. Like Borussia Dortmund, like left their players in the room, like during the game and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone on the bench and the trainers were in the air-conditioned room, like, and then other teams copied it. So France look lethargic to me. They do. Like, where's that spark? It's the first game of the tournament. They do, if you notice.
Crisp.
No, but you notice now, Kevin, in the last 3-4 minutes, they do have possession at least. They're starting to show, all right, it's our ball. I want to see that it's at least our ball. You know what I mean?
Right. One of the other things, with this tournament, though, these games open up quickly.
Yeah, once there's a goal, it's like a hockey game.
Gabe. Like, I don't want it to be scoreless at the half, but I'm not going to be. I'll be looking at a live over. Put it like that. If this game were to be scoreless at the half.
Oh, if it gets to 1.5, yeah.
I'll
tell you what, the water breaks have been momentum changers.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of goals like coming right out of that water break or going into it type of deal. Mm-hmm. Like there really has been like numerous games where it like does sort of change things a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. The 2.5 right now, Gabe, minus 115. Like they didn't move it a lot. In a way, it's like they're like, all right, let's not panic here. This thing shouldn't be even money. Like
we are in the 16th minute now. I think, Kevin, the water break was good for France more than Senegal. Number one, Senegal are from Senegal, all right? So we're talking about the heat and stuff. We want to get into this. I don't hear the Senegalese complaining about the heat, all right? So they're fine. Like, they're not bitching about the heat. They're not worried. And also, they're kind of playing well. France isn't doing anything, Kevin. Like, to me, it's like France getting a free timeout here. You know what I mean? You get a little water break and a timeout. Like, hey, guys, wake up. Time to wake up and start playing.
Like a video game. They're just like, just bomb it forward. Like someone's as good a controller is going to slip. It's not very smooth right now. We got here.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Is there any digging out of this massive hole that the Red Sox have built themselves? And Adam, I'm not talking about playoffs here, like I'm talking about just like a respectable 500 type season.
Yeah, this team is an absolute mess and should blow it up, should be sellers come the deadline, and anything that you've got of value, get rid of it and just try and remake this thing.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
first team to complete 3 impressive passes in a row wins is the new challenge in this game. Like, every decent through ball is met by just a lackluster, uninspired touch in this game. And like, maybe it's just
there's a lack of authority. There's a lack of authority with the passing. Listen, Senegal are a little
vibe right now. Like,
well, I can sort of feel that. I understand, like France just aren't in that rhythm, right? Like they don't. And this is part Senegal as well. I mean, if you look right now, Kevin, there's a lot of white jerseys right there, man. Like, how many times you seen teams just bring everybody back like this? Like, look at all these white jerseys. Like, how the hell do you break this down if you're France? Let's see if they can, like, generate a corner here. Like, yeah, there it is. They generate a corner kick.
Perfect.
Yeah, so they sort of, start to get some. And right on cue, right? We got this water break coming right now. It's almost like there's this subconscious sort of like, listen, there's a break coming. Let's try to bury one before the break.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a part of it. Like, hey, our break's coming and we're going to ramp it up after the break.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, but maybe that's what we're seeing here.
They don't get anything out of the corner
Handball.
kick, and Senegal defends it. Senegal are jamming up things a lot. Like, for what we thought could be an open type of game, Senegal are a little bit scattered on offense, but you can tell what they're trying to do. I mean, they're trying to use their speed. You talked about it earlier, right? Flick the ball at the net and sort of let chaos happen and use our speed to get in there. But defensively, they're very sound today. It's just like there's a ton of white jerseys for France to break down. And France, like Kevin said, they don't really have a vision. Right? They're kind of just passing the ball back and forth. Like, they don't really have a plan to say, all right, this is how we're going to break through what Senegal are doing right now. We've only played 21 minutes, but nevertheless, the lack of dangerous chances for France is alarming so far.
Yeah, I would imagine the expected goals between these two teams is close to nothing right now. Like, there's just not been, much doing here in this game. The first half total, I'm seeing -140 for a goal in this half. I'm not running to bet that, but I'm looking at it.
I say there will be. I think the water break will inspire France.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it'll be a little wake-up call. Like, they haven't played. They didn't play all their guys in all these matches and stuff. It's a little hot for them, etc. No excuses, but I think, like I said, I think that timeout will help them. It's basically a timeout. Let's call it out for what it is.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
Right, here comes France. Here's a dangerous attack, Kevin. Let's see if they can get something going out of this. Comes up.
Yeah, you're gonna. Come on.
Corner kick. Corner kick coming up.
All right. Okay. Senegal, something to look at here. Just willing to concede to corners a little bit more than sometimes we see from teams.
See, look at that, what they just did, Kevin, on this. Watch what Mbappe just did on this corner kick. And he's like one of the greatest players in the world. We saw Canada take their high school soccer corner kicks over and over. It's like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here? And I remember I got mad, and I said, just pass the ball in. Like, just pass the ball in. Like, stop, just pass the ball in, and we'll have control. Even Mbappe, they had a corner kick there. He literally passed it 2 feet to someone. Like, he just was like, get the ball in bounds. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, corner kick. It was like, get the ball in bounds, let's go. And that's France, that surprised me. Like, why not take the corner kick? But no.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought, they would get something more fruitful out of it here. It's another interesting element, though, right? You know how sometimes you kind of button up Gabe right before the half? There's a minute of added time, like who cares type of thing. Like, there's almost now a vibe that these teams are waiting for this water break. They're like, you want to just kick it out of bounds?
Well, it seems like it energized them a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seems like it,
Did it
it's
happen
coming
already and I missed it?
No, it seems to be coming any minute. No, we didn't. No. I didn't see any commercials. Did you?
No. I don't know. It goes so fast, though, Gabe. You know what I mean?
I saw that Fox is going to make $250 million off these water breaks.
Oh, wow. They're going to now, have to keep the World Cup in hot places to make sure there's always a water break?
They took a water break the other night in the USA game in L.A. It was like 68 degrees.
They're taking water breaks indoors, Gabe. They're like in Jerry World. They're like, listen, they got to keep it even. They said we got to keep it even. Water break everywhere. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you this.
And the
whoever came
games
up
are
with the
being
water
shortened.
breaks getting a heck of a raise.
Yeah, $250 million in revenue. See, look at Senegal. They look for that long ball in their speed.
Yeah.
Whoa, off the goalpost. Oh,
Great.
way to roll.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all four.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Is there any digging out of this massive hole that the Red Sox have built themselves? And Adam, I'm not talking about playoffs here, you know? Like, I'm talking about just like a respectable 500 type season.
Yeah, this team is an absolute mess and should blow it up. Should be sellers come the deadline, and anything that you've got of value, get rid of it and just try and remake this thing.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
All right, guys, back at the right here on In-Game Live. Senegal just hit the woodwork, I believe you would call it, in a pretty good chance that we'll see them have a corner out of this hydration break. We're almost at even money now, Gabe, for a first half goal. That's where my eyes are. Are you looking anywhere else right now in this match?
I believe that goal will happen. We talk, Kevin, and you and I were on for a lot of these Stanley Cup final games, and you see the similarities between hockey and soccer, in which how many times do we see during a period and go, man, there's 8 minutes left, right? 6 minutes left. Yep. There's that goal. It's going to come, and inevitably it happens. You could see before the water break here, then now we're finally in it, that France dialed it up a notch and started to buzz around a little bit, and then Senegal are very dangerous with these quick strikes and these long bomb pass type things. They just sort of kick the ball down the field and try to outrun you, and they just did. And Buddy ripped it off the goalpost, and then it ricocheted off the French keeper, nearly went in. It was like boom, boom. One of those like, oh my God, that was nearly a goal type of deals. That's why I was saying, if you're France, this is a better time out for you than Senegal. If you're Senegal, you don't want to break. You got a corner kick coming up. Like you're buzzing right now suddenly, right? So we'll see if this is a wake up call for France, but the corner kicks are now tied at 2. I did bet, Kevin, and we couldn't give all the 12 bets here. I did bet over 8.5 corner kicks in this match, pre-match. It's 11.5. It's 11.5 right now. So there's been 4. I can sort of see this theme continuing. I know you notice Senegal, they don't even really try to not concede the corner. You know what I mean? Like, some teams are very good at it, Kevin. You'll notice the defenders will skirt along the line, and they'll do everything to not give up the corner. You know what I mean? Senegal twice just basically booted the ball out of bounds, bro. Like, you know, they were like, yeah, whatever, boot. Like, they literally like drilled it out of bounds on their own just to sort of say, yeah, we're not really scared of your corner kick. Oh, they're throwing it in. Yeah, but it got awarded a corner kick. And they got graded a corner kick too.
Well, so how does that work?
You saw, Kevin, the ball bounced off the goalpost, hit the goalie, and went out of bounds. That's a corner kick. I don't know. We went out to the break, and I thought there was a corner kick coming too, but we had to throw him. But they've awarded it. Like I said, I see 2-2 right now. I guess I don't know.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, we can't live in the past. It is what it is. But see, the corner kick
it was a
now
pretty terrible throw-in, Gabe. Right? Like they basically threw it to France. You know,
yeah, they wasted the possession essentially. Now they just stole the ball though. Here they come again.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna tell you what. This is a pretty inspiring first 30 minutes for Senegal, and a pretty uninspiring 30 minutes for France, isn't it, Kevin? Let's call it out for what it is. Yeah. We're 30 minutes in now. France are just a disappointing effort.
100%.
Now they got them running around. And you know Senegal want to do this too. France, we talk about the heat and stuff. Like, they got the French players running, chasing the ball everywhere right now.
Yeah, there's no control of the game for France right now. But I almost wonder, Gabe, I know it's risky to concede possession because Senegal have looked dangerous. Is this the only way to pull these guys out of that block? We talked about it. France, when they were controlling it, Senegal had all 11 guys basically in the attacking third. They're like, no, you're not getting anything here. There's not going to be any space.
Yeah.
Does France try and, burn a little bit here on the counterattack? They can't get the ball back, though.
I think France are just sort of like they believe in the man-to-man so much, Kevin, that our guys are better than your guys. Right now, France are battling. Like I said, France are on their heels again coming out of this water break. Senegal, look at this. France can't clear the ball. Senegal gains possession of it again.
Wow. Yeah, this is a...
I mean, how about this?
Yesterday,
Senegal have 3 shots to 1. France only have 1 shot. Senegal have 3.
Yeah. And I think the one France shot was blocked.
Was weak.
I think it wasn't really,
it wasn't a threat.
Exactly.
But things can change in a hurry, as we've seen. Things can change in a flash with this, right? To me, this is getting pretty critical for French bettors right now. I'm not going to panic for the money line, but the goal and a half, the over 1.5, the 2, you know what I mean? Basically the French plays.
1.5 overs minus 230. So there's still clearly the expectation.
I'm talking about team total France too, over 1.5.
True.
I'm saying, Kevin, at some point, we don't want to go into the second half scoreless here.
No.
This would be massive for France if they could bury one before the half. Despite the fact they haven't looked great, they still could. And look at that. They get the ball and they kick the ball out of bounds.
That's what I'm saying. It's
very sloppy.
Yep. Very unimpressive. They don't look good. Right? There's teams who they dominate the possession, they get a bunch of chances, bunch of corners. Like Uruguay, right? Last night, Gabe, by the end of it. They ended up making the shots and corners portion of your bet easy, which looked a little tough for a while, I remember.
Yeah, at the end of it, yeah.
But France here, there's just not much doing. They're not unlucky right now to be scoreless in this game. They don't deserve a thing.
No, they've got 1 shot. They've got 1 shot attempt. It's not even on target. It didn't even get through.
Yeah.
All right, here's like you said, all right. And once again, just sort of a lazy ball.
Who's that beating?
That doesn't... Right? This doesn't look like, guys... Listen, Spain and France are the co-favorites to win. Yesterday, Spain, at least, were all over Cabo Verde. They just couldn't bury it, right? It just wouldn't go in for them. I mean, this is anything but looking like the best team in the world right now, performance from France right now.
And there's elements of this game that Senegal looks good, but there's elements of France right now that have nothing to do with Senegal that are
No,
underwhelming.
the France aren't doing
Like,
anything. Exactly. It could
Yeah.
be because Senegal could be playing anybody right now to be the same thing. You're right.
That's kind of what's so disappointing here.
And Kevin,
in France.
this is not an easy group. You got Norway in the group as well.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
this is a tough group. You know what I mean? Like Senegal are no joke, man. Like I said, they beat France in the last World Cup. They're one of the top 2 teams in Africa, Senegal. Like they can play these guys as you see. They're not, they're for real. And you get Norway, who are obviously not easy. You talk about Iraq. Iraq just tied Spain last week. Like Iraq are really hard to score on. So like if you're France, you don't want to dig yourself a hole here, man. Like early and suddenly, like, oh my God, like suddenly we got to beat Norway. Otherwise, we're in a lot of trouble.
And I'll just say
This is a wild tournament, Kevin. Can you imagine what the group of 32 is going to look like? I can't wait to see like how whack this bracket's going to be.
Yeah, well, so that's what I was going to mention, though, Gabe. You talked about how for Spain, and I think they're going to still win that group. You know, if you all of a sudden fall to second, like things get crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
Spain
France,
fell to second, and Argentina was first. It would be
Right.
Argentina and Spain in a round of 32.
Which is outrageous. And again, it messes up both teams. For France, Gabe, the difference here is playing a third-place team or a second-place team in the next round. If they were to, again, that's assuming they were to still finish second if they didn't win the group, which, you know, I'm just making it, I think it's a fine assumption. Again, they can still win this match. I'm not doom and gloom here because they've not been made to pay for their mistakes in any capacity yet, right? Like, that is the thing about
but I'd
this
like
game.
to see a real chance. They haven't had a
Of
chance.
course.
There's nothing to hang our hat on here.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, there's been no chances.
Right. The positivity is from what we thought of them. And, it can't be much worse. They've not actually shown us anything to be
So if this draw
all
is going to
that
happen
positive.
again, it's really going to happen again, isn't it? It's going to happen again. It was plus 348, just for the record. Like, you can't make this up.
No, the draw stuff has to end now. I can't. The draw stuff out of control. Like, we're just down
It's
to
plus
like, don't even
220
count
right
this
now.
tournament.
It's plus 220 right now, just for the record, everybody.
I might clam the no draw.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Is there any digging out of this massive hole that the Red Sox have built themselves? And Adam, I'm not talking about playoffs here, you know? Like, I'm talking about just like a respectable 500 type season.
Yeah, this team is an absolute mess and should blow it up. Should be sellers come the deadline, and anything that you've got of value, get rid of it and just try and remake this thing.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't
I
help it.
knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
back with you guys right here on SportsGrid on a Tuesday. It's France, it's Senegal. It's scoreless. 40
Because of course it is.
in. 40 minutes in. Why can't we have fun? Why can't we have nice things?
Yeah, why can't it just be 2-0 France? There's another shot for Senegal.
Right.
Not a dangerous one, but a shot on goal. That's 4 now, and they got 1 on target. That was by definition on target. The goalpost one wasn't. It's funny, guys, because, we were talking about, can't be. Here come France. Let's see, could bury one. Come on. Do something. The hell is that?
No.
Look at this, Kevin. Look at this. What is this?
This is what I'm saying. Hey, they have yet to make 3 good passes in a row. They've yet to do it.
It's like they got a little drive and momentum going. Buddy's running in around the box. It's like, all right, here we go. We got something on the move here. He just carelessly passes the ball right to the dude on Senegal. Just a lazy attempt. There's no crispness whatsoever to the French attack.
Yep. It's frustrating to watch right now. I completely reject the heat as the excuse for the way this team looks. I won't accept it. And in fact,
I blame the bad turf at MetLife.
That's acceptable. You know what? The MetLife turf is always a fine point to blame. There's never not a good time.
No, I blame the players on France. This is just a uninspired effort. Let's call it out for what it is.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad right now. Let me ask you quickly here, Gabe, as we've got a bit of a stoppage in this game. Iraq and Norway. Iraq are supposed to be the punching bag of this group. But this tournament has shown, buyer yes. beware. So I played this game. It's a little, unique, but you got to get creative in this tournament. I took over 1.5 goals, Iraq plus 2.5 on the spread at plus 105. I think this game is, I don't know, is it 2-0, 3-1, something along those lines here? So I did a little same game parlay at plus 105 for Iraq not to get massacred, but for there still to be some goals scored in the game.
All right, I'm looking here and I'm trying to put something together. And I was kind of counting on the fact that France would get this done early, Kevin, for us, right? So I've got that parlay together. I've got a France-Norway parlay and I got an Mbappe-Holland parlay. I'd like to have one of them alive going into the next game. Unfortunately, guys, if we parlay Norway to win with Erling Haaland to score a goal, it's still only minus 200. All right, there's not much to do there. I mean, if I add more shots on target, it becomes minus 175. They are such significant favorites. You really do have to get creative, but I'm a little bit worried, Kevin, and I do respect the Iraqis, and, I'm not shocked by any of this, and I warned people coming into this event, right, that, hey, Verde have a bunch of dudes that are, from Portugal and Holland, and they got pro players, and they're not like a clown show. Every one of these teams need to be respected. But at the same point in time, at some point, doesn't one of these favorites, look good? Right? And is it Norway today in Boston? Right, that's where the game is, at home of the Patriots today. I could see 3-0. I could see 3-0 Norway.
I'll be honest with you. Especially if France do draw here, I'll grow, because I believe in this stuff, and I think you do too. I then will think, okay, Norway might roll, right? Because
but the real thing, if this draws again, we should be drawing again. I mean, if this is 5 draws in a row, I'm going to throw up.
Be over 50%. Are we already over 50% draws? Or are we at 50% draws
We're at
right
50.
now?
8 of 16.
It's ridiculous.
And you and I even talked about taking the draws before. We're imagine we take a draw in every game.
Yeah,
but who would have thought that, Qatar was going to draw against Switzerland and Spain and Verde? It's ridiculous, this stuff. Here's France are looking a little better at the end here. We got a couple of minutes. See if we could, they're trying to finish, get one home here. All right, here's a corner kick. Little bit of life from France, Kevin. Little bit of life here.
Just a quick thing on the draws, and one of the reasons why it works out, a draw will never be the favorite. You will never lay juice on a draw, ever, on a 3-way money.
That's why you can kind of not go wrong with it. I mean, this is plus 348. And you take the draw before, you put yourself in a position if you want, like as the game goes on, I can jump on France here at this money line or whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
If you have the balls to do it before the game, and it's almost criminal, I didn't. I was like, no, this can't happen again. It won't. Like, no.
I like France. I thought France would look good here today. I really did. I thought France would kind of, again, see what happened with Spain and take that opportunity to cement themselves as the favorites.
Who are the teams that have rolled in their matches? USA rolled Paraguay. Germany rolled Curacao. And Sweden got the Tunisia manager fired by beating them 5-1.
Yep.
So
Mexico were in control really the whole
but
way.
It was only 2-0, right? The final score.
Well, again, we've had 8 draws, right? So if you think about
I know.
outright winners, you know what I mean? So is that
Here
it? Have we only had 3 teams to win by more than by 3 or more goals?
3, 3, because there's been a few twos. Like, I've got to believe, I'll tell you, looking at the thing off the top of our head.
Mexico, Australia, that's 5. That's 5.
No, but you think there was Canada. There was the USA game that they won by 3. The Canada,
South
Bosnia
Korea won
game
by a
was
goal.
draw.
Scotland by a goal.
Yeah. Like I said, Sweden, USA, Germany are the ones that have sort of like rolled.
Yep. Oh, and then the Ivory Coast 1-0 victory. Goodness me. And I loved Ecuador in that game, too, of all the games that couldn't end in a draw, right?
I smashed the under that one, at least. That was a good one. I hit the under 2.5, under 1.5 in game and stuff. But Ecuador, Ecuador were like the Miami, Ohio coming into the tournament. The trendy, one of the trendy sleepers, right?
Yeah.
And I talked about it. I said, they don't give up many goals, but they don't score many goals either. And it caught up to them.
The problem, even for, we've talked about highest scoring group, it just might be that group because of Curacao. We'll see. I know not everyone's Germany, right? But if they're just going to concede at that type of rate, it gets interesting here. We'll continue to talk through the slate today and update you at the half of France, Senegal next.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Is there any digging out of this massive hole that the Red Sox have built themselves? And Adam, I'm not talking about playoffs here, I'm talking about just like a respectable 500 type season.
Yeah, this team is an absolute mess and should blow it up. Should be sellers come the deadline, and anything that you've got of value, get rid of it and just try and remake this thing.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't help
it. I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
right, guys, we're back with you right here on Sports Grid. And as bad as France look, it's probably not going to stop me from playing the over 1.5 at the half of this game. I have seen lesser offensively talented sides enter halftime scoreless, and those games end 2-2. I've seen that happen in this tournament. It happened in Netherlands, Japan. I don't know if this is going to end 2-2. I just flatly refuse this thing's ending scoreless. I just do. So that's where I'm looking right now here in this game. Gabe, what about yourself?
About 15 minutes ago, I looked at the odds, and we brought this up, and I said the scoreless draw was plus 500. Here we go right now. It's already down to plus 300 right now. Mm-hmm. It's just plummeting. Absolutely plummeting. But with that being stated, I can't share your enthusiasm about a guarantee that there's going to be 2 goals in this match. I will believe that France do figure this thing out and play better in the second half. They're minus 105 on the money line right now. The draw is down to plus 175, guys. So the sports books are believing that the draw is definitely in play. I believe that France still win this soccer match, Kevin. I can't guarantee they're going to score 2 goals, but there it is. The total's 1.5 right now for you.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this accessible, Gabe. I thought the 1.5 would be more expensive.
And how about this? Look at this chance, guys. Senegal.
Oh, you got
buzzing around the net at the end of the half. Wow. So France just moved to plus 100. France moved to plus 100 right now. As I stated, I got to believe that they find a way here. Otherwise, it's just that I don't think Senegal are going to score. So I think it's going to be France 1-0, maybe hopefully 2 if they can get there. But like at this point, I'm losing. I mean, dude, they've got 1 shot. They've been outshot 5-1. Senegal. France have 3 corner kicks. Senegal have 2 corner kicks. So we're at 5 at the half. Senegal, 5 shot attempts, 1 on target. France, 1 measly shot attempt that didn't even get through.
Wow. Really
Time of possession, 56-44 France.
Really?
But it's very deceptive because their possession is them fighting for their lives, like in their own end with the ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, possession. Like you said it, Kevin. It's amazing. Like they get a little bit of a run going and they'll start to spread the field out a little bit. And it's like, all right, you know what? They'll complete 1 pass and then the second pass is just terrible all the time. Like they haven't had 1 sort of set piece, 1 pretty combination, 1 sort of anything. Like there's just no fluidity whatsoever to France. It literally looks like they didn't practice and that they literally just said, all right, we'll all meet in New Jersey in 3 weeks and I'll see you there. Like they have no idea where to be. You got two blue jerseys standing next to each other all the time. Yeah. Another thing is too, Kevin, you'll notice it's very like basketball. Like there's no movement without the ball. You'll notice nobody is moving on France. Everybody is standing there and you got the guys on Senegal jogging around everywhere. And everyone on France is walking around and or standing there. So when somebody gets the ball, there's no one cutting or there's no set. Like, I got to believe that this French locker room right now is going to be quite the room to be in because that was unacceptable.
I do wonder, Gabe, because the number that you've mentioned that is really jarring is the lack of shots, right? If
1.
It's a little. You mentioned hockey, pucks on net. I'm seeing right now, and I have to look through books here, of total shots. I'm seeing France to get 10 shots at even money. I am looking through these French games here. I mean, Gabe, I got one here. One time they haven't had 10 shots, and it's because they had a red card. And had to play basically the.
Are they really going to get 9 shots, or they're just going to dial it up? We saw, like you said, with Uruguay yesterday. It got crazy in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to fire away on this. Yeah, I think that's
the odds are
play it
moving
big.
right now. I see one right now. Team shot on target, France, over 2.5, -175. It was just 65, and it just moved 10 cents. So they got 0 shots on target. 3 shots, like, on the goal type thing.
I like it. I think this thing opens up a bit here. We'll see you guys tonight for Argentina, Algeria.